So, now that we know the niches, personal friend page of Facebook. Now I'm going to rapid fire the remaining of the afternoon. And the reason I'm going to rapid fire is because every single network you see right here, I have hours and hours of curriculum on each of them. I can literally teach the Facebook friend page strategies, lists, groups, targeting, geo-targeting, just in the Facebook friend page for 3 8-hour days. Facebook business page, 3 8-hour days. Google, 2 8-hour days. Snapchat, 1 8-hour day. Pinterest, 1 8-hour day. Instagram, 2 full 8-hour days. LinkedIn, 3 full 8-hour days. I have 38 advanced workshops. I teach Pinterest 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and advanced. But today, I can only rapid fire through these networks and give you huge do's and do nots. So you at least start getting some ROI out of these things and now understand it better. So you're gonna hear, I'm just gonna rapid fire. And I get really passionate about teaching and helping agents. So you might see me, I get frustrated sometimes because I want to keep going on that one topic, but I can't. I gotta get through all of this today for you. So, your personal friend page of Facebook. We are not talking about your business page at all. Not right now. That's after this. So I don't want you to think anything about your business page. I just want you thinking of that personal friend account you have. And that was the personal friend account Josh, that techie kid, said you need a minimum of 2,000 friends on your personal friend page of Facebook. So let's talk about the friend page. A digital relationship is 100 times more powerful, bonded, tight of a relationship than a real life relationship in the same period of time. What are you smoking, Tony? You cannot be serious. Like seriously, what are you smoking? You're telling me, just so I'm clear, just get it out there. You're telling me that somebody you have a digital relationship with, you're only friends on Facebook. You've never met them in real life. You don't hang out with them. They're just a friend of yours on Facebook. Is 100 times more powerful than a real life relationship in your life that you talk to every day? Like, you're with them? Exactly what it said. But the key to this, the last 6 words. In the same period of time. That's what I mean by that statement. So, example. What's your name? Carrie. Jennifer. That's the name I always use as my default name when I do this presentation. So that's awesome. This is going to be fun. All right, Carrie, Jennifer. So if I add Carrie as my friend on Facebook, and we're friends for 3 weeks, am I saying she's more bonded and tight of a relationship than my brother of 30 years? No. It's not the same period of time. I've known her for 3 weeks. I've known him for 30 years. What I'm saying is I add you as a friend on Facebook, and we're friends for 3 weeks, and the same day I added you on Facebook, you and I met at Starbucks in person. And a week after we met, I called you and you were like, hey, how's it going? Yes, we'll get together at that function in another week. In 3 weeks, which one is more bonded, tight, where we feel like we really know each other? The digital relationship. And the reason for that is Facebook took our 6 degrees of separation. And it said, 24 mutual friends, guys, 7 similar interests. Both of you have a dog named Roxy. You both went to the same high school. And built a bond. Literally, in days. that her and I, if we never connect online, how long is it going to take for me to learn everything that I know about Carrie, about her? Years. Wow. Pretty amazing, right? These digital relationships are real. Those are human beings. And it's at our fingertips. So what do you do with it? How do you use it for business? You add. You let Facebook do the work for you. Imagine if you could go door knocking. You know how when you go online you see the green dot, right? The green dot by somebody's name means what? Online. Who's online? Humans. There's a human on the other side of the green dot. Not a robot. And your job is to put yourself in front of what? Humans. All right, just make sure we're clear. Imagine if you could go door knocking and see a green dot on the front door of a house in somebody's home. The next house, it's a gray dot. They're not home. What doors would you knock on now?
Green.
The green dot. Why?
Because they're home.
Because they're home. And your job is to get into conversation. So now, you could just knock on the green dots, right? You go door knocking, have a great conversation, and when you see a gray dot, they're not at home, now you could just run up to the front door real fast and drop your little business card and bag of seashells or whatever you do as a realtor, and then go to the next house. Instead of standing there for 2 minutes to only realize they're not home, now times that by 20 people not home, 40 minutes of your lead gen time has been wasted. So of course you go to the green dots because you're raising the quality of your lead gen. Does that exist? No. Imagine if you could go up to the front door of the green dot, and the front door said, right when you came up to the door, 22 mutual friends, 7 similar interests, you both have a dog named Roxy, you both graduated from the same high school, and you're both Chicago Bulls fans living in Los Angeles. And so you knock on it, the door opens, raise your hand if you would use the information on the front door in your pitch. Yeah, all of your answers. Of course you would, because you just took cold calling and made it warm. That does not exist in any form of lead gen except online, and no one is taking advantage of it. No one, still. Besides me and about 47 agents I coach, and maybe a couple thousand other people across the nation who understand this. It's just not taking advantage of it. That front door of that house would open, and you'd have that arsenal right there. Hi, Sarah, because Sarah's name is on her chest like it is on Facebook. Hi, Tony Giordano, realtor at Keller Williams Realty in Beverly Hills. So I'm curious, how do you know John, Jennifer, Jake, Jill, and Jane? Oh, you're a Chicago Bulls fan? So am I. Did you see that game last night? I know, Tony. I thought we were going to win at the buzzer, and I was so upset. Oh, you have a dog named Roxy? Oh, is that Roxy? Come here, Roxy. Oh my goodness, yeah, I have a Rottweiler named Roxy. She's so adorable. So serious, Sarah, how do you know Jill? Jill's actually my aunt, Tony. Wow, well, oh my goodness, Sarah, I'm sure you of all people, it was so amazing to see her go through that horrific ordeal and fight and come back so strong. Like, I have to be honest, she helped our family become stronger. Yeah, that's our family. We're pretty strong people. It's actually a soft subject right now, Tony, because my husband is going through the same illness, and my Aunt Jill's been coming over a lot to help him get through what he's going through. Do you see the quality of conversation that would be happening at the front door if the front door gave you all that? But it doesn't. Neither does cold calling, neither does any of it. Chapter 13 of my next book coming out, and the title of the third book coming out, The Death of the Cold Call. Why on earth does anything need to be cold? when everything at our fingertips makes it one. Imagine me just adding a random person on Facebook. Let me pick somebody real quick, right here. You. What's your name? Marcy. Imagine me adding Marcy as a friend on Facebook, and let's say Marcy is a doctor. Okay? And I just add her as a friend on Facebook. And we both have like a cute dog with the same name, and it's your birthday, and I say happy birthday to you. And a few weeks go by, and I post something super funny, and you're like, oh my goodness, I've done that before too. And then a few more days go by, and I say something, and you're like, no way. And then you post a picture of your 5-year-old graduating kindergarten, and I like it, say she's adorable. And then a few more days go by, and for about 2 months, we're friends on Facebook, and we still haven't met in person. And you're a doctor, and you feel like you really know me. I already know her, and we've liked each other's posts. And you think he's a great guy, and I think you're a great woman. And all of a sudden, you get a private message on Facebook from me that says this. And you own a private practice, let's say. What was your name?
Marcy.
Marcy, sorry. I went on that tangent and I read it. All right. So, hey Marcy. Oh, and let's say what's the name of your favorite football team?
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Sorry.
Oh.
So, and let's say I'm a doctor. Well, no, hold on. Let's just wait. Watch. So I send you a private message after a few months of being your friend on Facebook. I'm door knocking, but I'm door clicking. Because the front door doesn't give me the information Facebook has. And now all of a sudden I send you a private message and it just says this. Hey Marcy, hope you're great. I'm sure you're great. Go Dolphins. Hopefully it's a good year this year. I loved seeing pictures of your vacation last month. Wow, I would love to go there. Let me know if you have any tips if we plan a vacation there soon. Today I'm boosting up my business-to-business marketing database, and I wanted to see how I could add value to your private practice and what clientele is your ideal client so I can refer my clients to you and help grow your business. And oh, if you happen to know anybody looking to buy or sell real estate this year, we had a goal of helping 100 families achieve the American dream in 2017. We'd love an intro. Hit me back. What would you do with that?
Absolutely, you respond.
You're going to respond, first of all. Now, what if I had you didn't know me, we barely ever liked each other's posts, you kind of don't even know why you accepted my friend request because we haven't really even built a bond or anything. There's no engagement at all. You just did it because you did it. And 2 months after me being your friend on Facebook, I just send you, hi Marcy, I'm boosting up my business-to-business marketing database and wanted to see how we can work with each other and refer business to each other. And do you happen to know anybody looking to buy or sell real estate? Now it's a pitch. Now it's spam. But what did I open with? You. Not even then. What did I first open with? Go Dolphins, vacation, warm. I looked to see how we were connected, and then I opened with that, so it wasn't a cold call, which is going to force her to want to respond to it. And I said, go Dolphins, even though I hate the Dolphins. Now, I don't really hate the Dolphins. I hate the 49ers. Do you know how many times I've had to say, go 49ers, because it's generating on Facebook? In California? Because I have to make it about who?
The client.
Them. That's what I'm talking about here. These relationships are real, and they're ready. That script, just so you know, you're all getting today. Emailed to you, probably in the next few days. I'll email it to your leadership, and they're going to email my scripts to you. Do not share these scripts with anybody. Not even another agent in your office. And here's why. You earned it by being here. Period. You earned it by being here. So that script, just so you know, we send as a text, a private message on Facebook, or a private message on LinkedIn. Really the biggest three places that we're gonna send that. And as Instagram and Twitter grow their private messaging ability and it becomes more well-known, that might become a place where we do it there too. But it's really those three places. That script, for every 100 times it's sent out with my coaching clients, has a 70% average response rate. 70 people respond, and a 10% referral lead referral. Which means out of the 70 who responded, 7 of them referred us to you. That's the average. And it literally takes a couple hours. The number 3 agent in North Carolina, in Raleigh, North Carolina, who heard me speak a few weeks ago on this subject, he literally wasn't even coming to the training. He heard my voice as I was speaking. I said something, I forget what it was, and he said, when you said it as I was walking by the training, because top agents don't go to trainings. He goes, you hooked me, and I came in and I ended up canceling my appointment because I heard you talking about the private message thing and the lead gen thing. He goes, and so he emailed me a week after I was there, and he goes, you were 100% accurate. He goes, I sent your private message script to 250 people 2 days after you spoke in our office. He goes, I sent it to about 50 people in my phone, 150 friends on Facebook, and 50 people in my LinkedIn. He goes, I had 178 responses. There's your 70% plus response rate average. 17 leads he had, and he had 3 listing appointments scheduled. And he said it took him 9 to 12 in the morning. Because really the only time-consuming thing is figuring out what to open with. So you're going to go to their Facebook real quick, you're going to go into their interest or likes or pages that they like. Okay, she likes the New England Patriots, the Boston Celtics, the Boston Red Sox. She must be from Boston. Mutual friends, that's okay if you say, so how do you know John? As long as John is in a common sense how you know each other. Meaning, you're talking to a doctor, or no, you're talking to an escrow officer, and it's another realtor. So how do you know John? He's a real estate agent, stupid. I'm an escrow officer. So look for a mutual friend that's not in your industry, or some reason why, and open with that, that's fine too. Or a college you both went to, high school you both went to. It works. And still a lot of people aren't doing it. I can do in 30 minutes on Facebook what it would take 2 weeks, every morning, 3 hours each, every morning, door knock. Does anybody want to guess, per National Association of Realtors, how many doors you have to knock on today to get 5 people to give you their email for your CRM or newsletter?
200.
So national average.
500.
It does depend on your script. It does depend on how good you are at the door. But we're talking about a national average. Even if you're fantastic at the door.
500.
It's 268.
I was close.
160 of them weren't even home. To get 5 people to say, sure, here's my email, contact information, send me your spam.
Send me your spam.
Does anybody want to guess what the national average was 15 years ago to give 5 people to give you their email? Less than 30. More people were home, and people love giving out their email. I could go on Facebook right now, in front of all of you, engage 15 Kathys. Send 15 of them a friend request. 10 of them will accept my friend request within an hour. And I don't just have your email. I have your entire life. Now, I own you. I am going to be in your living room, reminding you I exist for the rest of your life every day. And you're actually going to feel like we know each other really well, too.
So that's assuming that I don't unfriend you if I really get annoyed?
Yeah, that's assuming you don't unfriend me 2 weeks after you and I are friends on Facebook because I'm annoying you.
How does that, I mean, how do you keep people from unfriending you though?
I keep people from unfriending me because I give them one of the two things I told you today. I added them and I give them value. And why would they unfriend me? I force business down their throat every day.
They're all about you.
All about me. Listing, listing, listing. Me. I'm a realtor, I'm a realtor, I'm a realtor. So, literally in 30 minutes, we're friends. So once I understood these digital relationships were real and powerful, like Kathy, I had to ask myself, who is this guy to me? Who is he to Kathy? Or Marcy, after 2 months of being friends on Facebook? And that's when I realized he is my digital twin. This guy is lead generating for me 24/7, 365 days a year. And in 2010, he could be anybody I wanted him to be. And guess who he was? $100 million luxury real estate baller. He spoke about foreign money, dog lover, good dad, surfer, above the world. That actually turned the real one into a $100 million luxury real estate producer. It's that powerful. If you go after the numbers and you give them value. The same reason I say it in my book, the same reason your friends and family love you is how you're going to get 4,000 other people to love you. Be yourself. If you're a community person, you love to give back and raise awareness for foundations, show that online. If you're naturally funny, be funny. If you are not naturally funny, do not try to be funny. I want you to go to a website called funnyquotes.com, and I want you to copy and paste a hilarious sentence and post it on your Facebook if you're not naturally funny. And hopefully your friends and family do love you. So he's my digital twin. Let me really ruffle your feathers now. He's actually the good twin. Think about that for a second. See, I could be considered the evil twin or the bad twin. Why? See, he, the good twin, doesn't swear. He's never politically incorrect. He doesn't offend people. He doesn't get into religious one-sided rants or hardcore, outspoken, political one-sided rants. He's everybody's friend. When he goes to Las Vegas, it's a good twin. Him. It just says Tony Giordano is at Wynn Resorts. He checked in to Wynn Resorts. And everybody's just, good luck. Have fun, Tony. Put one on Road 23 for me. Oh, we just got back from there last weekend. Enjoy the weather. Have fun poolside. See, I could be considered the evil twin. I'm the one checking into the nightclub below the Wynn Resort later that night. Not that there's anything wrong with that. What you do in there could be debatable. See, when I'm with my closest friends, eating dinner at a restaurant, in a room with them, I might express myself in a way that our dear Mo Anderson would not appreciate. For those that don't know who Mo Anderson is, she's Gary's partner on this entire company, owner. And they call her the Velvet Hammer. Very faithful woman, and you don't swear in front of her. Let's just say, I've learned from experience. And by the way, she's like a grandma to me. She's like a mother. I actually asked her to walk me down the aisle next year. She said yes. That's right. So her and I are really close, because she reminds me a lot of my mom. So, don't go telling on me. She already knows that I say that whole thing, right? When I'm with my father, a couple months ago, golfing in Palm Springs, I will express my extreme, one-sided, and very angry viewpoint of a politician, but he does not. He doesn't get to. If I want him to get business in this world. So, also in my book, a real estate agent does not get the luxury of using social media like our friends and family do, if you want business from it. Now, am I here today to tell you you can't express yourself in whichever way you want online? Nope, go for it. Couldn't care less what you do. I was brought in to tell you what gets the highest ROI out of this world today. And the highest ROI comes out of numbers. So from this day forward, I just want you to start pretending this isn't Facebook. You're not online. All your friends online, everything that's going on online when you're in Facebook, I want you from this day forward to pretend like it's happening right here in this room. And it's Tony's Facebook, and you're all my friends on Facebook. So it's your Facebook, and you're standing in front of all of your friends in a room like this. Would you talk in a room to them the same way you talk to them online? Well, I don't think I talk to them any different way online. Really? Well, let's just go over a couple options. If I had come out this morning when Craig introduced me, and let's say you guys couldn't see me, I was like behind the door or behind stage. He's just like, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Giordano. And I came out on stage in front of all of you with my shirt untucked, sweaty, sloppy, slurry, double fisting cocktails with cigarettes in my hand. He said, "What's up, San Antonio?" What would you all think of me? Rat Pack. A little bit more sloppier than Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. But is this guy serious? This is who we're learning from? A drunk? Offensive? No, would I ever do that in a room with people? Would you ever do that in a room with people that you're trying to capture business from? Of course you would, in a room. But are we online? downtown San Antonio? Or the young female real estate agent posts a picture of her at the dance club late that night? She can barely keep her eyes open because she's drunk as a monkey. High heels missing, lipstick on the right side of her face. You would never do it in person, don't do it online. Now I know all of you in this room wouldn't go that far online either. And by the way, when I talk about slurry, drunk, party, offensive, I am not talking about a picture of you holding a margarita with an umbrella on vacation in a bikini, or board shorts, or holding a beer, or holding wine. People want to see that. They want to see you enjoying life. We're not talking about that. We're talking about looking offensively drunk, unprofessional. You wouldn't do it in person, don't do it online. Now what if Craig introduced me and I came out, I'm dressed fine, whether it's a suit or board shorts, it could be a networking event at the lake. We could all be out at the lake, and this is where we did the presentation. Nothing wrong with board shorts. And I come out, and knowing that our nation is divided on multiple levels, I know all of you in this room are divided on multiple levels. And what if I had come out in a room with you today and said, before I begin, I just want to let all of you in this room know that I am a hardcore, outspoken Republican, and if you're not, I don't understand you. Now I know I'm in Texas, so you guys are like, or I'm a hardcore, outspoken Democrat, and if you're not, I don't understand you. Would I ever do that, or you ever do that, if you were in a room with people? Of course you wouldn't. Now why wouldn't I do that? Because I just lost half of you. Or like 70%, because we're in Texas, or 30 the other way. But see, you still don't know what I am. Because I use both scenarios. You even still don't know what my dad knows when I was golfing. You just know I have an extreme viewpoint that is very angry towards a politician. What politician? I know you want to know. I'm going to tell you. So, I would never do that. You would never do that, but are we online? Religious belief. Political party. How can you believe in something like that? How can you believe in something like that? How can you be voting for her? How can you be voting for him? Well, you're an idiot. Well, you're a moron. Well, moron's a medical term, and Nimrod's worse. Be careful, because you're losing half your audience. Because if I did that today, and there was a guy named Joe in the corner, the reason I would never take sides in a room with someone is because there's a guy named Joe in the corner, and now everything that comes out of my mouth today, he's just not even paying attention to. And he even might think to himself, you know what? I'm sure this guy's knowledgeable. I'm sure he's a great guy. He seems to know what he's talking about. He's a funny guy, too. But Obama? I just can't. And I am a hardcore, outspoken Republican, and I think him and I are just going to butt heads, so I just won't use him as an agent. Or Sally's in the corner. She's like, gosh, he seems experienced, he seems funny, totally knowledgeable. I know people have used him as an agent, but George W. I just don't understand him. And I'm a hardcore, outspoken Democrat. And I think him and I are just going to butt heads. So I just won't. That's why you would not do it in person. But online, the same things are happening. So you have to just start pretending that people are really with you online. Tony, I don't talk differently online than I would in person. Really? Okay. So that means the listing that you pitched yesterday morning, your new listing that you pitched yesterday on Facebook? That's actually what you would say in a room with them, is what you're telling me. That means you would actually, with buyers in your car, drive down the street to your new listing, knowing that it's exactly what they're looking for, and you would pull up in front of your new listing with buyers in your car in a room with you and go, "Grrr." New listing, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, open this Saturday between 12 and 5. Entertainer's delight, motivated seller. Let me know if you want a private showing. Great backyard. No. Well, now you got me, Tony, because if they were in my car, I would have pulled up in front of that house and said, "What did I tell you? Think the curb appeal's nice? Wait till you see the swimming pool you've been begging me to find you for 2 months. I think it's safe to say, welcome home. Let's go check it out." But your exact new listing that you just posted on Facebook, you said, new listing, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, great backyard, open this Saturday between 12 and 5. If you think that's the last time I'm going to say that today, you're mistaken. Why? Because next week, when you go to pitch a listing on Facebook, you're going to go, new list, ugh. See, it's language of sales when people are with you. What if you had just posted a picture of the front of that house on your Facebook and said, think the curb appeal's nice? Tune in tomorrow morning on Facebook when we reveal the photos of the gorgeous backyard. Hashtag welcome home. Look at you guys. Look how quick you're like, yeah. Because you're human. You're a salesperson, but you're losing that when you go online, thinking it's not for real. None of you in this room, if you were friends of mine on Facebook, and I went on Facebook and said something so hateful, so wrong, would go, he doesn't mean that. Because it's online. It's fake. No, it's actually worse. Be human, ladies and gentlemen, please. So, remember this. I can't stay on it too long because of time. I want you to remember one thing from this day forward. How is someone feeling at a moment during the day? How is someone feeling where they feel a need to go onto a social network like Facebook or Instagram and just scroll through the news feed looking what everybody else is doing? How is someone feeling at that point? Bored? Sad? Lonely? Non-engaged? Downtime? We're not talking about when something happens to somebody and they're so excited to share it and they go on Facebook to post. We're talking about when do people just feel a need to just bored, depressed, lonely, sad, downtime, non-engaged. You really think somebody who's bored wants to go in their newsfeed and see newest? I'm not going to say what all the other agents say. Seller instead of a motivated seller. No, Tony, I was already bored. Thanks for really driving it home. I stabbed myself in the neck, but all I have is a Starbucks straw. And it just keeps bending. So what do you think? If we all know, and we all know this is true because all of you, that's how you're feeling the moment you just want to stroll around. Right? So then, if that's how we know they're feeling, what do you actually think people want to see in their news feeds? Positivity. So, what do you think is the number one category over any other category that gets more positive likes and engagement and comments? Positive. It gets more positive engagement than any other category of post that will turn into new leads, new relationships, and deepen relationships with people because everything coming out of it is positive.
Food.
Kids and pets. Huh? Genuine. Motivational. Getting closer. Babies. Love. Getting even closer. Heartfelt. Number one category over any other category. Now, in this category, some of the things you said. So we're talking about things that touch someone's heart or move them. A dog was saved. An animal was rescued. Somebody beat cancer. In this category, someone did not beat cancer. Also heartfelt. Motivational, inspirational are also in this category. Things that touch people's hearts. And when I say motivational, I am not talking about a guy hanging from a rock that says, go above and beyond today. When I say inspirational, I am not talking about a picture of Vince Lombardi or Martin Luther King Jr. sitting in a leather chair with their quote to the right of their face as a photo, and it says, sometimes you don't see the whole staircase, but you have to be willing to take the first step. That 1,000 other people posted about Martin Luther King Jr. that day, and it was all on his birthday. I'm talking about, I went on Facebook and said, today I got a phone call from my father who said that for the past 2 months he's been trying to overcome this horrible thing in his life and how he's beating it. And I couldn't help but think what Martin Luther King Jr. always said, the great man that he was, sometimes you don't see the whole staircase, but you have to be willing to take the first step. Isn't there such a shocking difference between those two posts? Because it's application, and they know you're not just doing it because everybody's doing it. You actually, no question, first of all, love Martin Luther King. I can see it. And how you've applied it in your life. So that's heartfelt. Tons of different things that can touch people's hearts. So you said some of them, babies. Babies can touch your heart. Animals can touch your heart. Cats can touch your heart. Heartfelt. But the only way a cat is going to touch your heart is it was probably saved or rescued or needed to be adopted. It's not touching your heart if it's doing backflips on a trampoline. That's what category? Humor. Number 2. So some of those things you said also can be in category 2. A baby overcame an illness, number 1. A baby sitting there for 3 minutes, just laughing its butt off at its high chair, category 2. But I want you to realize one thing. Heartfelt dominates over any other category, like times 100, in all honesty. Example, if I get 100 positive likes and comments on something heartfelt, humor, compared to heartfelt, will be 20% of what heartfelt gets. Example, anytime I talk about my mom or when she was battling, I would have, out of 5,000 friends on Facebook, I would have 2,000 likes and comments. People sending me links, books, nutrition, recipes, who I've never met in my life. But then the following week I might say something super funny, because she always followed me on Facebook, and I'd always try to make her laugh because I always knew she was looking at my Facebook. And I'd have 250 likes and comments. Still extremely high, and a must-do in how you post is humor. It's a category that most of us, we can do. But it doesn't even come close to the engagement that heartfelt gets. But very important to do. Number 3, asking for help or assistance. Now, I used to have a different category right here. Number 3 was travel, vacationing. But I realized travel doesn't get its own category. And the reason travel doesn't get its own category is because I thought travel almost always either makes me enjoy or laugh at what I'm looking at, or it touches my heart when I look at travel. Like somebody's on vacation, it's like Bora Bora, and the water is like gorgeous turquoise blue, and you're like, oh. Or we're jealous. Or somebody's ziplining in Costa Rica and they say something and you're laughing, or it's like enjoying to watch. So I just put travel, things that you enjoy, in heartfelt or humor. So asking for help. Example. You've all seen this. You go on Facebook and you're like, does anybody know where I could get my tires changed? And everybody and their grandma start commenting on your post and coming out of the woodwork for the first time in 2 years, chiming in their opinion. And you're like, oh my goodness, they do see my posts. They just never like them. Huh. Because maybe you're down here in the categories that people don't care to see. Because trust me, they see your posts. If you really want to know how many people see your posts, like you're just curious, like, I want to know how many people can actually see my post when I post something. Just go on there today and say something like, so what do y'all think of Trump? If you really want to see, by the way, don't do that. But I just wanted to get in your head, like you were probably like, oh yeah, that's going to get a ton. Trust me, they see it. Which means that you would get the same amount of engagement if you were up here. Because that's what somebody bored, sad, depressed, downtime, lonely wants to see. So asking for help, number 3, compared to heartfelt, it's like 10% compared to heartfelt. We're not talking numbers. Because I might get 100 people to engage me asking that question. That just means I would have had 1,000 heartfelt. So it's still high. Number 4, clever, educational, short and sweet. They learned something and went on with their day. Give me the name of a hospital close by.
Methodist.
Methodist? Post. Methodist emergency room to expand emergency room to a level 1 trauma center for $350 million. Boom, read it in less than 10 seconds, learned something, thanks Tony, on with my day. Or I didn't realize that, or I heard that too. Market's up 5% from this time last year. Post. Boom, done, anybody who cares, cool, thanks for telling me to. Short, sweet, done. I am not talking about, today on the front page of the newspaper, it said that Methodist Emergency Room is going to be expanding their ER into a level 1 trauma center for $350 million. Explanation, 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 exclamation point. And the article went on to say that they might not be paying for it themselves. but the taxpayers are paying for it. And for those that don't know what a level 1 trauma center is, it takes all the big issues, the gunshots, the missing limbs, the stab wounds, the helicopter fly-ins. But $350 million, me as a taxpayer, I swear, if I have to pay for another thing, and you're like, why am I still reading this? That's not what I'm talking about. It was short, sweet, and they went on with their day. But then it just plummets for positive engagement that deepens relationships or leads to referrals. Remember, we're not talking total engagement. Because down here, by the way, just as much as heartfelt, but it's all negative engagement that will give you no business. Talk about things that help your business and brand. So down here, it plummets. And you have a bunch of different categories that I don't even like mentioning because I don't want you to do any of them. But a few of these categories until you get to the big, fat, 0 positive engagement. In these categories, boring business. Does anybody need me to tell you what that was again? We're pretty clear now? I can. No? We're good? Okay. And then the last category, offensive. Now, in the category of offensive are multiple categories, like in heartfelt. In offensive, hate, racism, taking sides politically, and talking negative of the other side. And one thing people don't realize is in that last category, bragging. Bragging, bragging, bragging. Right above bragging, just right above it, there's this little thing called the humble brag. And agents have mastered it. You've seen it. Somebody posts something, and you're like, I don't know whether to like their post or unfriend them entirely. Like, he's bragging, but he's trying to be humble. Don't do that. I'm guilty of it too. An example of what a humble brag is you guys can check into the office, right? You can check into your office location. So let's just use this as an example. Let's say a real estate agent named Sally. I'm just using that as a default name, so sorry if your name's Sally. And sorry if you do this. Sally checks into the office at 10 o'clock at night. So all of her friends see that she's working late. And the description of her check-in at the office is this, humble brag. Still at the office because I'm working on 6 different contracts when most agents are only working on 1. Wish I was at home having dinner with my children. Sad face. Aww. You poor little thing. Yeah, we really think you wish you were home with your children when you're working on 6 different commission checks right now. And of course, you just had to tell us the amount that you're working on, as well as jab other agents for not having the same amount of business that you have. Yeah, got it. See, I would have just checked into the office at 10 o'clock at night and let them assume I'm busy. Oh, Tony must be busy if he's at the office that late. There's a difference. Or say something funny with my check-in at the office at night. The top categories. Tony is at KW Beverly Hills, 10:30 p.m. Who knew real estate had a graveyard shift? Question mark. It's just an example of being clever. Graveyard shift. Oh, I see what you're saying, because he's working later. He must be busy. But bragging is below it. Now when I say bragging, I'm not talking about a big red bow on the front end of a brand new car that you post to your Facebook and you're like, I finally achieved a goal, or I've always wanted one of these, or happy birthday to me. I'm talking about that. People want to see you're achieving things and you got to do something that you're proud of. Or a purse that you've always wanted, it's a certain brand, and you really wanted that purse for years, and you finally got that brand of purse. And you tell everybody on Facebook, like, don't you love it? What I'm talking about is then the next week, you post a picture of another purse. And say, just closed another escrow, so I picked up a new Chanel for my Saturday nights. And then the following week, just closed another one, so I picked up the new Harry Winston for my Wednesdays. And another week, check out the new Louis Vuitton with cherries on it. It's only in season for a month, limited edition. For my Tuesday purse. That's what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do before we get on the Facebook business page right now is I'm actually going to post a listing we just closed just 3 weeks ago. And I'm going to post it based on the last category in front of all of you. And then I'm going to take you up through the chart and post it based on the top category. And it's going to literally bring this whole segment of today's presentation home. Ready?
Ready.
All right. Last category was what? Bragging. Closing 3 weeks ago. Ready? Set? Go. Just closed 1.8 million. Double-ended this bad boy, double the commission. Cha-ching. I don't know what you all do for a living, but my career in real estate is so easy, think I'm going to take another vacation. Call me if you want a career in real estate. Cha-ching. Now it's funny, but I see agents doing it. And the only positive engagement you're going to get out of that are the other two douches just like them. Yeah, dude, good job. I just double-ended one too. It's why, even though I was on season 4, season 5, season 6, season 7, I was a guest multiple times on $1 Million Listing on Bravo. Madison, Josh and I co-listing properties. If you go back and watch reruns, you'll see my bald white head now on a lot of the episodes, because now you recognize it. But I don't like that show. And when they got rid of the weird guy, Chad, who had the weird black emo hair, you remember? Who shaved his body every day, but he had the hot girlfriend. Oh my goodness. Anyway, sorry. When they got rid of him, they actually came to me and a couple other agents in LA saying we need a third character. Like they came to the people who were always a guest on it. And I turned it down. And the reason I turned it down is, first of all, I don't want you following my personal life. When my front door closes, it's closed, especially with my youngest son being autistic. So I had no desire of having that drama or personal life side things. But what I also don't like about the show is the perception it gives about real estate agents. Like, it drives me nuts. What's the first thing the TV screen pops up on the screen the second they put something under contract? Potential commission, 182 grand. As if we don't earn that, first of all. And then second, of course, potential commission, $186,000. And then they pause him, and he's just like, potential commission, $82,000. I'm like, oh my God. Like, people must just be like, wow. First, the perception of realtors that we couldn't get out from people's head was the last 50 years of every time you watch a TV show or a movie and it shows a real estate agent. It's a woman that has about 19 bracelets, chewing gum, getting out of a car. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sign or not? But then the generation now, for the last 10 years, has just been these shows of just this arrogant, yeah, it's all about the commission. Drives me nuts. Why can't we just have a professional person be the stereotype of a real estate agent? The closest one that I love, but they also make him look like a moron, is Modern Family. Because he's a good businessman. But then he says the stupidest stuff, and you're like, dude, like, do people really just, nobody wants to put a good one on TV for us? Like, that's just a good businessman? Drives me nuts. Anyway, so that's bragging, right? Don't do it. Now let's go up the chart. Same exact closing, same exact house, same exact gorgeous picture of the swimming pool that I bragged about. Now let's just do the same photo of the pool. And now let's go up the category to boring business. Do I need to?
No.
I don't. Are you sure? Just sold. Okay.
That's what I did.
I just made sure. You guys are, okay, that's good. I'll move on.
Hey Tony, can I ask you a quick question with what you said? I have friend requests all the time. I've been doing videos every day for almost 2 years now, and I have to put up a huge moat because of my family. I've got 6 kids, my wife competes and does other things. It just weirds me out, and I have kept my following down very low because of the reason you didn't want to go on the TV show. How do you connect the two? Because I really was hoping for help on that. Whether I should just open the moat up and just accept it, or
Why don't you want to open the moda?
my exposure to my family. Got a huge family, lots of exposure, a lot of private photos I've had over the last 10 years in there, and just people that I don't know, it kind of weirds me out. The same thing with you, what you mentioned on the TV.
Yeah, it's not going to stop weirding you out, ever.
Okay.
You're always going to be weirded out by it. But what did I say before? Agents don't get the luxury of using social media like their friends and family do if they want business from it, which means I have to post less about my family. I post pictures of my kids, but I'm not going to post a ton of pictures of my sons all the time. So you have to be careful what you share. If you're afraid of your privacy or you're afraid of exposure on some level, then you have to be careful what you share if you're going to open up the floodgates to anybody. So I show pictures of my sons playing catch. Am I exposing them? Yeah. Could there be some random weird person? Yeah. But 20 years ago, that would be equal to be like, Dad, can we go to the beach and play catch? No. There could be somebody behind a dumpster, like, watching us. We have to stay inside for the rest of your life, just in case. Like, we wouldn't live our life like that back then, so don't live your life like that online. Just be careful what you share. So I post pictures of my kids, it's limited, but I know nothing will happen, and if something does, that's life, unfortunately. But I'm not going to show a picture of my 2 sons standing in front of their elementary school with a sign in the background at 2:45 in the afternoon that says, I can't believe I forgot to pick up these boys today. They were standing on the corner for 30 minutes. So just be careful what you share. Now, I'm going to do Q&A at the end of the day, but I want to stay on target. Boring business. Now let me take you to the very top. What was the top category? Heartfelt. Same exact picture at the pool, same exact listing. Just closed. When I handed the keys to @Sarah, my client, tag her in it because I'm friends with my clients, she started to cry. When I asked you, why are you crying, Sarah? She said, because we were told by 3 different people we would never achieve the American dream. Thank you so much, Tony. This is why I wake up every morning. Love what I do. Yeah. See how quickly we switch? I saw a couple of your faces. Tony's such a good realtor. I just want to pinch his cheeks. Like. But I can't lie. So if it's not a heartfelt situation, what category do I have to go to? Humor. Same photo of a gorgeous swimming pool. Just closed, everybody. Check out this pool. My buyers don't move in for over a week. They're overseas. Pool party, anybody?
Well, that's definitely humor.
Everybody's like, yeah, let's throw a pool party. Tell me when. I'll bring the beer. Tag my clients in the post. No, Tony, you cannot throw a pool party at our house. Because we're all having fun, because we're all humans. Enjoying each other's company in a room and online. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is remember what people want to see on the social platform. The Facebook business page. Everything we just went over on the friend page, get it out of your head. We're done, you know it, you're going to change your approach on it, and eventually I'm going to be able to change the slide. One day, when it finally moves forward. But it's not. So it's driving me nuts. That was my finger. So we gotta figure this thing out. Let's see, on. It's on.
There you go. You're on.
It's blinking, I have no idea what it's doing.
We're checking on batteries now, Tony.
It says it's got a full battery. Yeah, no, the battery works, but it's doing this weird blinking countdown. Oh wait, got it. I figured it out. I figured it out. Thank you. Facebook business page. All right. Facebook business page is the targeting network. Is it hot in here? Can we well, it doesn't feel good for me.
Yeah, we turned it down a little bit, but we'll,
Please, just
It's hot.
below AC.
It is.
I'll give you my jacket. Please blow the AC. If you're cold, I'll give you my jacket, but I need AC. Please. Okay. Facebook business page is the targeting network. It's not for going and adding friends. I already have friends. And the last thing I'm going to do is tell my friends on Facebook, please go like my business page. You've already seen me every single day in your newsfeed. I want you to see me twice. See, they're already reminded of me. So a real true value of a Facebook business page is being able to go out there and target and get people who you're not connected with already to now be connected with you on your business page. There are only two ways that a Facebook business page can be effective. If one of these things you're not willing to do or happens to you, it won't work. Period. Either you get invited on to the Ellen DeGeneres show. And as she interviews you with about 10 million people watching you that morning about how great of an agent you are in San Antonio, on the bottom of the TV screen, the whole hour she interviews you, it says, follow her on Facebook, and it has your URL. Your Facebook business page is going to become very effective after that point. But unless that happens to you, I heard it. Unless that happens to you, the only other way a Facebook business page is effective is if you start paying for it. In advertising, marketing, targeting, You have to be willing to have a budget and actually start marketing your business page. So if I can get a show of hands, who here in this room has a Facebook business page? And keep your hand up until it no longer pertains to you. But who has a business page? Really keep your hands up if you have a business page. Keep your hand up if you are actively posting on your business page. Keep your hand up if you know what the word boost and promote does on your business page. Keep your hand up if you've actually spent money and boosted and promoted your page. And keep your hand up if you have a monthly budget and do it every week. Everybody look around. There's only about 3 to 5 hands up. You put your hands down. Thank you. That's literally the national average. Less than 5% of agents are consistently doing it, which is incredible. Out of the 5% of agents who are consistently doing it, the 5 hands that were remaining in this room, 4 of those 5 hands that were remaining, or we'll say the national average percentage, not these people, but the average, 4 of those 5 hands remaining are doing it level 1. And there's like 20 levels. They're like barely doing it. They're doing it every week, but they have not mastered it or even understand 20% of how much they could be doing better. So it's such a small percentage of people who have mastered this. What does it look like? Well, let's talk about it a little bit. This is the segment of today where I do a little open mastermind before we get into the remaining platforms. Your Facebook business page looks just like your friend page. Got a cover photo, profile picture, your about information. You're going to get it all filled out. You're going to launch it as a local place of business, real estate agent. You can have as many business pages as you want if you have that many businesses. So of course I have my real estate business page, and if I wasn't branding myself the Opulent Agency, then that would just say Tony Giordano Real Estate. And my friend page just says Tony Giordano. So your business page for most agents is your name with the word real estate or realty or realtor in it, whatever you've chosen to do. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like good to do. But then I also have just the business page of Tony Giordano because it's another business. That's the coach, the speaker, the author. So that's my Tony Giordano business page. But I only have one friend account. So just remember, you can have as many business pages as you want, but you only have one friend account. But we're talking about the real estate side of today. So this is my business page as far as the public can see. When they go to my business page on Facebook, they're going to see where we're located. They're going to see how many people follow us. They're going to see ratings. And that's what the public sees. This is what I see. The ability to promote and press buttons that the public can't see. Insights, publishing tools, my notifications. This is what I see. Public sees that on your business page. You see that on your business page. When you click promote, it opens up a drip down and it asks you, what do you want to promote? And if one of the things you want to promote is your page, it's going to say promote your website, promote your page. Most of you in this room promote your page, which is this. You can promote your website like I do all the time if you're proud of your website. Don't draw 10,000 people to your website to do the same thing you do. If you're wowed by your website, then yes, draw 10,000 people to it because they will be too. But you're going to mostly promote page. That's just what most agents do, and it's very smart to do. It's what I do all the time as well. So when you click promote, it's going to open the drip down. You're going to click promote page, and it's going to open this window. And on this window, it's gonna say, okay, John, you click promote page, here's what they're gonna look at. Here's what they're gonna see. And they're gonna say, this is what we're gonna force in front of whoever you want for a price. You've all seen this. You're in your news feed on Facebook, you're looking at people, what they had for dinner, funny posts, and all of a sudden you see Walmart come into your news feed. Not on the right-hand column of Facebook as an advertisement. Walmart's in your news feed. As if you follow Walmart. And you're like, why is Walmart in my news feed? God, please tell me you didn't accidentally follow Walmart one night. It's because Walmart paid Facebook money to demographically target people, and you fit the demographic. Mile radius to San Antonio maybe was their demographic. Maybe they were targeting just residents of San Antonio for a certain age group, or people who show interest in Target, because Target, Walmart will show price comparisons to people who are clicking on things like Target, whatever. You've all seen it. Well, you can do the same thing for your business page and force that into the newsfeed of any friend accounts you want anywhere in the world. Because remember, where are they seeing you? In their friend account. When they're going in their newsfeed is where businesses are targeting. And what did we say the boring person wants to see? Fun, heartfelt, which means that if you're targeting people from your business page, you need to figure out how to do those top categories inside your business page too. Otherwise, you're just giving them boring content and they're already bored. But then you target their interests so they're not bored. Because you know they're going to like that, because you targeted certain things that they like, so they're not going to be upset that it's boring. Because the subject is going to be about something you actually know they want to know more about. And it's called demographic targeting. So when you click promote page, it opens this window. It's going to take your cover photo and your short description. And now it's going to say, okay, who do you want us to force this in front of as a great page with a big fat button to like in their newsfeed? Men, women, or both? Both. Good. Age group. Who do I want to force my business page here in San Antonio in front of? Age group wise? 30 plus? 25 plus?
27 plus.
21 to 65 plus? I've done some different age groups before. But what did I also say this morning? Never assume where a lead is going to come from. Always just remember they come from humans. I can't discriminate and assume an 18-year-old can't give me a lead. What if they're the son going to college of the people who are upgrading their home? I don't know. I can't assume it. Now, if I'm doing a single-story house in a retirement community, and I want to target people who possibly want to retire in this community, then yeah, I might target everybody over the age of 55 and put retired soon, question mark? And target just that audience. But for the most part, I want to go after numbers. And then be selective here and there. So let's just say we target everybody over the age of 25. And we're trying to just get people locally who might be interested in buying or selling home in the San Antonio area to come like our page locally here. So what city should I put? San Antonio. And what mile radius am I willing to go out? What would probably be the mile radius I'm willing to work? Right? So give it to me. 15, 25? 25. 25? In 2010, I was going to go 300. 3,000. I'm just not saying you're going to do that, I'm just saying. Be broad. Remember, we want numbers. But let's just say we do 25-mile radius. The entire city of San Antonio, everyone over the age of 25 or higher. And then we scroll a little further down, and now it lets us put interests. What interests do I want these 25 to 65 plus year olds to have online where I know they might want to follow my San Antonio real estate business page?
Zillow.
Who said Zillow?
FBI.
That was pretty fast. I have to admit. You either watched one of my training videos or you're just naturally growing. I'm sure it's the natural growth. Zillow, Redfin, Trulia. I literally can put Zillow right here and force my business page into thousands of people on Facebook who are showing interest in Zillow.
Wow.
Huge. Truly a Redfin. What if I wanted to just target wealthy people who might not be buying or selling anything? I just wanted to see if I could get a bunch of wealthy people to know my brand in San Antonio. What interest would I want 30-year-olds or higher to have, so I know I'm probably dealing with some wealthy people? Ferrari. Travel.
Oil.
Huh?
Oil.
What?
Oil.
Oil.
Money. Investments.
Investments. Anybody else?
Stock.
Stop. See, raise your hand if you know somebody who shows interest in Ferraris and loves watching Ferraris who will never own them. Bentleys, mega yachts. I know plenty of people who will click on a picture of a yacht who will never own a yacht. Because it's really cool to see. But he nailed it. How many people do you know surf around Merrill Lynch, Charles Schwab, and Edward Jones websites who don't have money? See, that's mastering in this world online. Is thinking like the consumer and not thinking like a salesperson. What does a wealthy person probably do every week on the device in their house? Check their portfolios, check their stocks. Nobody just goes on Merrill Lynch. What are you doing? I'm on Merrill Lynch right now. Or you invest, you hold funds in there? No. It's really cool though. But Bentleys, Ferraris. So that's another example of how I would just put it in front of everybody who might be clicking on things related to wealth management. Really got to know how to target and narrow and think like consumers. And then after you scroll down a little further, it's going to say, okay, how much money do you want to spend? It'll tell you how many people are going to be liking and following your business page every day on who you targeted. And that's forcing your business page into their newsfeed. And then it'll show you how it will look when they see it on their newsfeed on their phone as well. Just gives you an example of, hey, when they're looking in their newsfeed on their phone, this is what it will look like. They're just using it. They're just showing it to you so you can see. And then there's Boost. And Boost does the exact same thing. However, promoting forces my business page in their newsfeed. Boosting forces this actual post in their newsfeed. So give me the name of a very nice high-end neighborhood. Okay. What is it? Alamo Heights. Oh, that's right. San Antonio is the Alamo. Isn't it? known for the Alamo? Yeah. Alamo Heights, yes? Low price point to high price point. No, I mean like what's the, huh?
500 to 6 million.
500 to 6 million. So what does a $2.5 million house get me? Nice? Pretty nice? Newer? Upgraded? No?
Mostly what will be done. Old money, San Antonio, old money will be done.
Location?
School district.
Yes.
What about 3.5 million? Pretty good? $3.5 million house in Alamo Heights is not a nice upgraded home?
Yes.
It is.
Okay, so it's nice, with a pool. Okay, got it. Oh, it's all right. What do you own? All right, so I want you right now to picture, this is a photo of a $3.5 million listing of yours in Alamo Heights. So I just want you to envision what those houses look like. I want you to picture it right here. And it's your listing. And you say something like, whatever, you're pitching your listing. Now, who is the buyer for a $3.5 million house? Now the battery's out. Whoever has one. Now, who's your buyer? Who's going to buy a $3.5 million house in Alamo Heights? Oil? Exactly. Older, guys looking up Merrill Lynch. But who's the buyer? CEO, oil exec. And how far do they live? Where do they live? Here, local buyer who buy that house, right? Okay. So a local buyer, you're saying is the only one who's gonna. Oh, so out of the area? Yeah. Okay. So now we have a couple other major cities in America we have to target? Not just locally? Okay. And so now it's just somebody nationally. Only somebody in the United States is going to buy that house. Is what you're saying?
Not necessary.
Oh, you actually have international money coming in here? Oh, so there's a third audience that I now have to target. Huh. Which means that I'm going to have to run separate boost audience campaigns on the exact same listing of mine in Alamo Heights. And guess what? I'm going to have to run them separately, which means I'm going to have to post that listing once, twice, and 3 times the same day, so I can hit boost and target locally, hit boost and target internationally, hit boost and target other major cities in America. Or at least twice. I'm going to do it. Well, Tony, no, because I know how to boost, and you can actually put like other areas of the world and local. Yeah, but the problem is now you're not talking directly to the audience. See, if I'm targeting people in another country, I'm going to say it differently than how I'll pitch the listing to people locally. So I am going to run separate audiences so I can say something different to each of them. I might locally be like, howdy. If I target another country, I might say hi in that foreign language. And they might have different interests as well. Think about that. So let's just say we're going to try to find a local buyer real quick. Nowhere we're going to break after this. We're going to try to find a local buyer. All right? So I'm going to hit boost. It's going to open up this window. I'm going to click create new audience. I'm going to pick people you choose through targeting, not my friends or anybody like that. I'm going to pick people I choose through targeting, create new audience. And it's going to open up this window. Looks similar to the promoting. Now here you actually name your audience so that you can go back and use that audience again, and eventually you'll have like 25 different audiences different things at different times. So it just makes it easy. But nobody can see the name of the audience. The audience that you're targeting can't see what you named it. So you can totally call it suckers and they won't see it. Now I want an open mastermind. You guys are the agents here. I'm not. $3.5 million house in Alamo Heights. We're trying to find a local buyer. So, men, women, or both? Good. Age group? 40 plus, 30 plus? Sometimes it's okay to be selective, sometimes it's not, but let's just say 30 plus for the sake of this. Location? Local buyer? San Antonio again. Mile radius? How far would one be willing to commute and live in Alamo Heights? Okay? So maybe we go 30, 35, just to put a little buffer on the end. So no one in Austin moves to San Antonio. Oh wait, so we need to, oh. So the local buyer could actually be Austin who's moving. So I can go mile radius still locally. That's still considered locally compared to California. All right, might be getting a little too far though. Why don't we keep it here? 35 miles so we can talk to the people already here who are going to have certain interests here. And now it's going to say interest. What interest do you want these people to have in San Antonio, 25-mile radius over the age of 30? Zillow, Trulia, Redfin. Now, here's the first scary thing of today. And then in about an hour, I say the next one, and then I conclude with the scariest one. But how you're targeting people on Zillow, and how Facebook and Google can track device activity, is if this device, if I'm over the age of 30 and I live here in San Antonio, and I go into my computer and I log into my Facebook, and then I open a new tab on this device, but I'm still logged into Facebook on the other window, and I just open Zillow, which has nothing to do with Facebook, but because I'm still logged into Facebook, Facebook algorithm has the ability to go into your device and pull that you are on Zillow. You've all seen this. You click on a pair of pretty high heels with little red bottoms, and now wherever you go on whatever website you're on, there's the same high heels. It's called digital remarketing, and it's attacking the device. So you can't get rid of those high heels until you buy them. Honey, I had to. The heels were literally following me around every single day, making it very difficult for me to focus until I had it. That's pretty amazing that I can force this in there. Like Realtor.com, Redfin, all of them. But now, while that local campaign is running, I need to now send out the out of area campaign. In the out of area campaign, I'm going to take major cities in America, and I'm also going to go overseas. So first, I have to find out what are the top 5 cities that migrate to San Antonio, Texas over any other cities in America.
Any city with a military base.
Huh?
Probably places like San Diego or places that have military, huge military
Yeah,
bases.
military, by the way, is, I've targeted people based on Marine, U.S. Army, Navy, as well. But what are the 5 major cities that moved to San Antonio, more than any other cities in America? In the United States.
San Diego.
All of you should know this. And guess how easy it is to find out? Google. Top 5 major cities in America that migrate to San Antonio, Texas. Or move to San Antonio, Texas. And boom, watch all the articles with pie charts and graphs and reasonings why. So let's just say it's LA, San Francisco, Phoenix, New York. You know better than I do, especially if you Google it now. Seattle. And now, what are the top 5 countries who purchase San Antonio real estate over 80 other countries?
Mexico.
Mexico,
Germany.
China, Germany. Do you know?
Canada?
Once again, Google. Top 5 countries or top 5 foreign nationals purchasing San Antonio real estate. And start looking through all the articles of Google. Hit the news tab on Google and search it under their news tab that has better articles. Like the images tab, the videos tab, go to the news tab when you search for things. So let's just say it's China, Germany, LA, Mexico, maybe we'll just say California, Washington. And now what age group do I want them to be? Go for the same? Sure. Men and women? Awesome. Put all the locations in already? Interests. Zillow. Trulia, Redfin. And you just went, once again, to thinking like a salesperson and not like a consumer. If I'm over the age of 30 years old, and I am thinking about moving to San Antonio or buying a house there, and I live in another country, what do you think my device is showing interest in clicking on? San Antonio. If you're going on vacation to Bora Bora, what has your device been clicking on? Bora Bora. If you're going to move to another city in America, what have you been looking at on your device? That city. Isn't that amazing? So now once I put these interests, San Antonio, that's it. And I click save, it's going to say, all right, Tony, there are 140,000 people in those select states and countries that you've chosen that are over the age of 30 who show interest in San Antonio, Texas. But because you're only giving us $50, we're going to only put it in front of a few thousand. If you give us $250, we'll put it in front of 40,000. If you give us $750, we'll put it in front of all of them, or $1,500. You have to pick your budget. Don't break the bank. But you have to start practicing this. Making it a part of your business and learning this. Because the more you learn this, the more you'll speak it. And then you'll run the campaign, and when the campaign is over, whether it was for a listing, an open house, or anything, then you can see everything that came out of it, how many people saw it. You click View Results on the bottom right, and it opens up this graph chart that shows you what their ages were, where you got the best engagement, what countries. It'll say out of the 3,300 people who saw it, 1,000 clicked on the link, 233 commented it, 33 people shared it. And what we do is we just screenshot those results and we text it or email it to our client and say, here was this month's campaign on your listing. As you can see, here's how many people liked it, watched it, tagged it, viewed it, shared it, commented on it. Here's what they said about it. Do you know the power of that kind of marketing to a seller?
A lot.
Print advertising doesn't come close to that. When they see what you're doing, huge. And it's a fraction of the cost of print advertising. So, pillar number 1, how this benefits you. Knowing how to do it, done. Pillar number 1, knowing how to do it, you will benefit now. Pillar number 2, speaking it, you will benefit from it. Pillar number 3, this type of high-level marketing makes buyers who are on the fence act much quicker because they can see that you are an amazing marketer of that listing. So we better get this now. And I can't go into the details, I'm just telling you. It creates a sense of urgency when people see a listing that they're kind of thinking of buying and they've been on the fence and now they see that this marketing is going viral. They don't want to risk losing it. Pillar number 4, guess how easy it is to get a price reduction 3 months after this type of marketing and the house hasn't sold. Because sellers always think you need to market more, so they don't want to reduce their price, because it's not our price, it's you. No, it's not. Because I put your house, as you can see, in front of 62,537 people. We've had over 3,000 comments and likes in our campaigns. You have 18,000 views on your video on YouTube, and the closest comp in your neighborhood has 300 views, and it's sold. And why do you think it's sold versus yours? Because yours is overpriced. It ain't my marketing, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. It's your price. And it doesn't matter if I put your house in front of 1 billion people, no one's overpaying for your home. So you're getting marketing out of the equation. And pillar number 5, now you can teach this to a potential client who owns a business and show them what they should be doing for their business page to grow their business. Now what are you to them? Value, a resource. Wow, Tony, thank you so much for showing me how to take my business page of my dental practice and force it in front of thousands of people in a mile radius who have been clicking on things related to getting your molars removed. Like, you show people this and they can benefit from it now. Pillar number 5, they just love you and you have a new relationship.